Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to our series, CRX Restoration, budget build.
Budget build for sure.
Last video, if you guys saw that, we got the car running. Found a couple issues with it. We found the leaky valve cover gasket that filled up the spark plug.
Immediately with oil. It ran great, and then it started to run poorly, and then we stopped, looked at it, and realized that the spark plug holes were full of oil.
Yeah, so I think today our goal is going to be fixing the oil leak so we can actually run. We did not get a cluster. Unfortunately, the guy didn't come through for us. We don't have a cluster today for this. Yet. We don't have one yet. Next video, we're hopeful. However, since we did have oil filling up the spark plug cylinders, we do know that we have oil pressure because it's making its way all the way up to the top of the engine and then filling the wrong spots. But that tells us we have oil pressure, so I'm not too worried about running it without a cluster.
And we've already done an oil change after running it the first time for a little while, and we don't have any coolant in there, so we know the head gasket's okay. Kind of. We haven't really done much with the cooling system other than fill it up, so we'll see about if there is any cross.
Other than that, we got a main relay for it, so we can stop hot wiring it to start it every time.
And a battery, some spark plugs, some spark plug wires. Should be a
pretty big day. On top of that, we're also going to put the driver's seat for sure in. Hopefully the passenger seat, if we can find some bolts for it. Yeah. But should be a pretty fun-filled day today. We'll get this car running well, hopefully today, and we can bleed out the coolant fully and see what happens after that.
Hold it out.
Stick back, relax, enjoy the video.
Thank you guys.
Plugs out, and as you can see on these are some Champions, which are not what they take from the factory. On top of that, you can also see that they are absolutely covered in oil. So we're going to get some new used plugs in here. Since this is a budget build, we found some used plugs that'll work great.
Hey, yeah, salvage car parked in the lot.
Yeah, so we got some more plugs to put in this, and then hopefully it'll run just fine after that. So the source of most of our leaking issues, I think as far as I can tell, are coming from this valve cover right here. They have a tendency to leak around this gasket, and usually when you replace the valve covers, you want to put a little RTV right here and right here on both sides where this indent is, and that's usually where they leak from. Whoever did this did not replace it, or did not RTV it, so we're going to do that when we replace this gasket, as well as the seals inside here. These are how the spark plugs were filling up with oil, so we're going to replace these as well. And then that should take care of our leaky oil issue, and then she should run a hell of a lot better after that.
Hey.
Alright, so these were the gaskets that were leaking in here, you can see there, these should be a perfect circle, not cut out like that. They're pretty hard and crusty too, allowing a lot of oil through, so we're gonna replace those for sure.
These are the right ones?
Yeah, and we got the new seals too.
Well, I'm gonna get the seat in here because we need to sit somewhere while we drive. I'm tired of scrunching down. Oh man, that camera was. Alright, we're gonna put it in here. I already kind of beat it up to get the seat to line up. Looks like somebody had beaten it in a different direction maybe. I had to hold it down here and pound that down so it lines up. I'm gonna try running the bolt in, see if I can't get these actually in here. Oh, that feels like perfect.
Right pitch.
Oh, that feels perfect.
Oh, perfect.
A little rusty, but I sprayed some lubricating oil in there, so see if I can't get light on here. There. Bolts in the holes. Awesome. There we go. Back one's in. I might have to put these in by hand. I don't know if you can really see either. Probably not. I think I need to bend some more stuff, to be honest. I think I have to bend the seat a little bit more. Oh darn it. Oh well. Alright, well I got the seat in. I had to do a little bit of cutting and grinding to get this. There's little metal shavings in there. But I had to grind it out a little bit because I guess the frame must be bent on this side. Not a big deal. I also had to beat down this side quite a bit. I had to really beat it down. It was angled at a different angle. I'm not sure if the seats are out of these cars or maybe in a cord or something. I don't know. He says they're from this car, but all of them look the same and they don't go in the seats, so I don't know. Other than that, we should be able to not go anywhere now. And bonus, we haven't really looked at this, but the tranny does go in all gears. Fifth, reverse, that's a little harsh, but first, second, third, fourth. Yeah. That's good news.
Alright, so as far as valve covers go, Hondas are just about the easiest on the planet to do. You just get this gasket right here, pretty straightforward, and then you just want to line it up, get it in the crack that fits with the shape of the engine. So all you're going to do is work it around, and sometimes they can be kind of challenging to get lined up properly, but once they get going, it's pretty easy. Keep pushing it in, follow the, and then you realize you did it backwards. You start over. There you go. Now you get that all nice and in there.
Most Hondas do have the RTV point somewhere on them.
Right there and right there. As I mentioned earlier in the video.
Got them marked here, yeah.
Now the biggest issue with these aftermarket gaskets is they get warped when they're in the box waiting to be put into the car. So the gaskets don't always want to sit in the valve cover properly.
Yeah, see it's popping out over here.
And it's just a matter of slowly working them in.
You can put a very thin layer of RTV in before you put it in as like a glue. I mean, you're not going to damage anything. It'll be a little extra help getting it lined up and in there, making sure nothing rolls over.
Or you could just do it like we're doing it and challenge yourselves even more. Yep. There we go.
Doesn't help the valve cover is pretty cold. The gasket's like 80 degrees.
There she goes. She's starting to get in there.
You could have tossed it outside for like 5 minutes and it would have cooled down.
We're in though.
Perfect.
All right, so we're gonna grab some RTV now. Quickly RTV those couple spots that we talked about.
Well, we may need to clean the surface a bit first, Jacob.
And you know, Gavin thinks we should clean the surface. I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, why want to seal stuff?
So what we're actually going to do is we're going to RTV the corners, give it 5 or 10 minutes to set up, and while it's setting up, we're going to clean the surface.
Oh, there we
go. Just a dab right there. Little dab right there. Another dab there. And a dab there. We're gonna just give it about 5-10 minutes to set up.
When you're laying down there, and the oil filter looks like it's running down the backside, but we're not leaking out of the valve cover. It's holding coolant, building pressure, getting warm. It's not leaking out of the heater core either, which is like big win. And it idles, it backfires. Like, should we do a little one? Oh yeah, seat's in as well, so it's not horrible. It should sound pretty good. I feel like we're just going to build it, maybe weld it all the way back, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think we should do an eBay Clark can, full Honda Street Cred. It's like 80 bucks on eBay for a full cat back.
And I guess why not? We get something semi-decent.
Straight pipe it.
We also need to look at the air filter. Maybe it might have another vacuum leak here or there. Every piece of rubber on this thing was ruined. I mean, the seals, the hoses, they're horrible. But it's catching itself, so I think it's got a good start now. All we need to do is an axle, maybe check the gear oil, and we should be driving this thing next week. It's kind of weird how much we wing this shit.
Huh?
It's kind of weird how much we just wing this.
But hey, it works out.
You see what I mean, though?
I
have a feeling most people have some side kind of experience.
I mean, I think you'd be surprised. Whatever. Well, guys, I think once again that just about does it for us. Thanks as always for tuning in. I think we figured out that the car runs great.
Fantastic, more like.
Yeah,
it just has horrible fuel.
Horrible fuel. But it doesn't overheat.
No.
At least it didn't in the time we had it running.
No.
We did find.
It does leak oil.
It does leak oil. We did find a couple oil leaks. Nothing major though, nothing we can't fix.
No.
We got the seat back in it, which you probably can't see, but
it's phenomenal.
We can actually drive it when we get an axle in.
Yeah.
I think next video we're gonna get an axle in it.
Get some gear oil in it. So I don't think there is any gear.
There might not be. Hopefully the clutch is okay.
Yeah, dude, it felt like it was, I couldn't really tell, honestly, because it was just spinning the axle. You weren't looking.
I wasn't.
I forgot to do that, but whatever. I think it'll work. It definitely engaged and disengaged just fine. So the clutch, I mean, at least the spring assembly has to be working.
Yeah.
So the quality of the clutch, but
I mean, if it drives, we can do okay.
yeah.
So I think next video, hopefully we'll have a cluster. If we don't have a cluster by next week, we're gonna build our own.
Yeah.
That's
Or wiring a bunch of sensors to manual gauges and see what happens.
And I think in the next couple of videos, we're gonna start modifying it, which we have an idea for.
That'll be a fun run.
It'll be a fun idea we got with this. But I think that's
good. All right.
I think that just about does it for us today.
Yeah, I think so.
As always, if you like what you saw, make sure to hit that like button, click that subscribe button, click the little bell icon so you get all of our future notifications for future videos.
And if you feel the need to do so, go follow us on social media. Check it out.
We'll have links down below.
Yep, down below now, not on our faces, I guess.
All right, I think that just about does it.
Thank you.
See you guys next time.